This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Thanks for tuning in to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It's Tuesday, November 10th.
Well, the Sheriff's Office released information regarding a recent shooting arrest. The Nye County Sheriff's Office has arrested Blair Childs in connection with the November 5th shooting that occurred on Mount Charleston. According to the declaration of arrest, Childs has been arrested for carrying a concealed weapon without a permit. On November 5th, police say that they were dispatched to a home on Mount Charleston in reference to a male that had been shot and currently laying in the roadway. They said when they arrived on scene, they found Childs also in the roadway. The victim was laying on the road with a gunshot wound to his left shoulder. Childs also informed dispatch that the male who was shot was also armed. According to the report, deputies interviewed Childs and said that they removed a Colt 38 Special from his right front pocket. They say that the firearm was completely concealed and that he did not possess a concealed carry permit. That is when Blair Childs was arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. According to the Sheriff's Office, there was some type of dispute that occurred prior to the shooting. This case is still under investigation, and further charges may be pending.
Abigail Panariso is a 14-year-old Girl Scout in Pahrump who wanted to find a way to show appreciation to our veterans this year for Veterans Day. Abigail decided to form a caravan. News 25 met up with her at Inspiration's senior living home to find out more about what she has planned and what motivated her.
So what we're doing is a caravan parade, where we come around and thank veterans for their service, and it's for Veterans Day. I partnered with Honor Flight Southern Nevada, and what Honor Flight Southern Nevada does is they fly veterans all around Southern Nevada, and they fly them to Washington, D.C. to view the monuments and memorials there, and then they come back and everyone's gathered at the airport to welcome them home. And all their flights this year were canceled until at least April next year due to COVID. And also the Veterans Day parade that happens every year in Las Vegas got canceled. And it really, really broke my heart. And during this pandemic, we lost around a dozen veterans in Southern Nevada. And I'm not sure how many are going to be around next year. So I want to make sure that Veterans Day isn't canceled. And I know how hard I know how hard of a time the veterans are going through. So I just want to let them know that they are always loved and we're thinking of them during this hard time.
Sarah Panariso explained how her daughter developed such care and respect for our veterans.
Her grandpa, my husband's father, was a Vietnam veteran. He had the Bronze Star. And when he came back from Vietnam, he never wanted to talk about it, didn't want to tell any of his stories, nothing like that. He actually flew in to California, and instead of being welcome home, it was just the opposite. And so he lived with that, and she doesn't want veterans to feel like they're not appreciated, they're not honored, they're not respected. She wants everyone to be welcome home that's a veteran, so nobody will feel like her grandpa felt. I'm super proud of Abigail for that. She came up with that idea right after the Las Vegas parade was canceled, and she actually did a Honor Flight hub meeting virtually over Zoom, and they were talking about different ways they're honoring their veterans all over the United States. And of course, we can't have, the veterans standing on the curbs or people on the curbs because of social distancing, but she thought this would be an excellent way to show everyone her appreciation to do these caravan parades. Belinda from Honor Flight actually helped her come up with the idea to actually visit nursing facilities because there's a lot of veterans at nursing facilities that actually don't get to go to a parade. They're in the facility, so she's like, let's bring the parade to them. Yeah. and let's show them appreciation and respect. And
95-year-old Dean Whitaker is a World War II veteran, part of the 398th Bomb Group and POW. We asked him what he thought about the parade.
I'm proud to be in a parade with these girls. We were in Washington together, and on a ride home, they all gave me a letter tell me the appreciation they had. It's very
And stay tuned, News 25 will be right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, McDonald's is shaking up the fast food industry. Taco Bell is hiring, and General Motors is bringing on new employees to help develop their electric vehicles.
Topping our news, traders and investors eager to jump on the record-breaking moves in the S&P 500 and in the Dow Monday created an internet traffic jam for electronic brokers. Charles Schwab, Vanguard, TD Ameritrade, and Fidelity all reported having some technical problems at points during yesterday's very hectic trading day. McDonald's is causing disruption in the fast food industry. The chain will test a new plant-based burger next year. McDonald's is also coming out with a new chicken sandwich to compete against the wild success of Chick-fil-A. Taco Bell will be holding hiring parties at more than 400 locations today. There will be social distancing in parking lots and on patios as the chain ramps up for the holidays. And General Motors is bringing on 3,000 new employees to focus on software development for its electric vehicles.
And in local news today at 6 p.m., Governor Steve Sisolak will provide an update regarding the state's COVID-19 response. The governor will be joined by Dr. Tony Slonim, president and CEO of Renown Health. The conference will be held in the old Assembly Chamber at the Nevada State Capitol in Carson City. We will have the press conference on our local Pahrump Facebook page.
Well, if you know a veteran of World War II, the Korean War, or the Vietnam War, you'll want to know about Honor Flight. Honor Flight Southern Nevada recently teamed up with the Girl Scout Abigail Peronicio to help honor veterans at Inspiration Senior Living. Belinda Morse told us more about Honor Flight and how you can get involved.
So we're a nonprofit organization, and we escort World War II, Korean, Vietnam veterans back to Washington, D.C. to see their memorials. Unfortunately, due to COVID, our flights are canceled this year. Some Vietnam veterans, Korean War veterans have come from Pahrump. We'll take anybody where we're the closest honor flight. There are 130 honor flights nationwide, and so we serve even parts of Utah, Arizona, because we're the closest one. So the flight that we had in April that is canceled, this past April, that we already had all the veterans lined up, and that got canceled. So they will go in April. Well, April, I think we're scheduled for April 14th, 15th, and 16th. We'll be taking 25 veterans. 4 of those are World War II veterans that will be going. We would love for your veterans in Pahrump to apply. We focus on, like I said, World War II, Korea, and we just started taking Vietnam veterans at the end of last year. So have them apply. They can go to honorflightsouthernnevada.org. There's an application that can be printed off. They can fill out the one online, and it comes straight to us. And if they'd like to donate, there's a donate section there if anybody would like to donate. But really, we'd love to get more veterans from Pahrump on our flights.
The Nevada Department of Transportation and Nevada Department of Public Safety are reminding motorists to drive attentively and slow down and move over for traffic response vehicles during this week, which is National Traffic Incident Response Awareness Week. There are approximately 50,000 reported crashes on Nevada roads every year. Traffic incidents are the primary cause of death for police officers and emergency medical responders nationwide. To help keep drivers, incident victims, and first responders safe, Nevada Traffic Incident Response Partners remind motorists that Nevada law has long required drivers to slow down, proceed with caution, and if possible, move to the far lane when passing vehicles pulled over on the side of the road with lights on. And stay tuned, we'll be right back with more local news just ahead.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Veterans, Gold Star families, and fifth grade students can visit Death Valley National Park and many other federal lands for free under a new Department of the Interior policy. Everyone is welcome to visit the park for free tomorrow, Wednesday, November 11th, in honor of Veterans Day. Veterans, Gold Star families, and fifth grade students and their families have free access to the Death Valley National Park and many other federal lands from now through August 31st, 2021. The students must bring a voucher to get free entry, which is available at nps.gov/kids. These new passes join existing reduced fee programs for fourth grade students, seniors, current military members and dependents, and people with permanent disabilities. Information on these passes is available at nps.gov.
Well, there's no doubt social media plays a big part in many of our lives. And while it helps us connect with family, friends, experts say it can also be damaging to your mental health.
When we are on social media, it isn't always the healthiest kind of connection. Given COVID, given the politics and the stressors going on for all of us in our individual lives, we can find ourselves scrolling and being triggered by upsetting things that are posted.
Jane Pernoto-Ehrman is a behavioral health specialist for the Cleveland Clinic. She says it's easy to feel a range of emotions when you're on social media, everything from jealousy to anger. She says if you find yourself getting upset or constantly checking your newsfeed, you may want to consider taking a break. In fact, research shows if you limit your time on social media to no more than 30 minutes a day, your mood can actually improve.
I think when we say, okay, I'm going to check social media at this time of the day and keep it to that, and not check it first thing in the morning, and not check it every time they have a break, so that they have some regulation to their day and their time. I think that's helpful.
Of course, that can be easier said than done, so you may want to try putting your phone in another room for a while to reduce temptation.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 News. We're on location here at the Chief Tacoma Cemetery. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and tomorrow at the Veterans Memorial Park inside the cemetery at 3:30 there'll be a special program in honor of Veterans Day and in honor of our veterans. Also tomorrow on Homestead Road, VFW at 11 a.m. is having a Veterans Day program. So come on out, thank a veteran, and enjoy Veterans Day. Tomorrow we'll tell you all about the weather you can expect and throughout the rest.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25. What is going on with my hair? I don't even know. I'm not going to take any credit or blame for it. Just comment. That's how it is. Happened friendly, 44 degrees tonight. It was as hot as it's going to get. Sorry, 18 degrees is your low out in Fallon. Similar temperatures, 46 degrees for a high, 16 for a low. Carson City, all right, now we're cooking. 51 degrees is your high today. 18 degrees for a low, and in Tonopah, 41 and 16. Goldfield, you know, I was thinking about big tough people out in Goldfield. I think you're probably enjoying this weather. 43 degrees for a high, 20 for a low. Not too bad. Beatty, 57 degrees. Is your high today, 28 for a low. Out in Amargosa, 58 degrees is also your high today. 31 for a low in Las Vegas. Looking a little peaky there. Probably not loving this 58-degree weather, are you? 37 for a low. That's all right. Hey, check out Death Valley, 66 degrees for a high today. 42 for a low. Not too shabby. Actually downright pleasant here locally. 50 degrees is your current temperature. We got as high as 57 degrees in beautiful Pahrump. Westerly winds to 9 miles an hour. And you'll notice a little bit of humidity and a lot of clouds going on there. What is this? 22% humidity, which is going to stick with us for the next couple days. Sunrise this morning at 6:16 a.m. Setting this evening at 5:38 p.m. and lots of night to celebrate. It'll get all the way down to 33 degrees for a low. Winds out of the east to 4 miles per hour, and humidity again sticking with us to 35% as we head towards morning. And let's head on into the week and see what's going on here. Well, not a whole lot going on. Seems like we were supposed to have a whole bunch of wind. Everybody's predicting wind, and it looks like it's calmed right down. Winds steady to 5 to 8 mile an hour as we head on through the week. Highs in the low 60s, reliably heating up just a little bit towards Monday, Tuesday. We may even see temperature into the 70 degrees, and the low temperatures in the low 40s and high 30s. So that's your report from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. I'm John Kohler. Back to Missy and Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. And once again, we're reminding everybody that there is 2 Veterans Day events, one at 11 a.m. at the VFW post there on Homestead Road, right near Mann's, and of course at the Chief Tacoma Cemetery at 3:30 from the Disabled American Veterans. Of course, we'll bring you all those and all the highlights coming up the day after Veterans Day. I think we might have the one from the VFW post, though, on tomorrow night's newscast. Of course, we will be here. Thanks for joining us. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. And from all of us here at KPVM and 8th Country Radio, have a happy and safe Veterans Day.
Good night.
Good night.
Good job. All right.